All right, so you should have already watched the sound device video that introduced you to this week's assignment. We're also going to look at the poem, There Will Come Soft Rains. Before we get started with the poem, I want to go over very fast the Tpcastt strategy to analyze poetry. The T stands for title, and it asks you to make a prediction as to what this poem is going to be about based off of the title of the poem. You can go ahead and do that now. The title is There Will Come Soft Rain. So if you'd like to pause the video, you can write down your prediction of what the poem will be about right here. Make sure that this is one full and complete sentence. Okay, you only get points taken off if it's not one full and complete sentence. Okay, the next part of this strategy is paraphrase. You have to literally tell me, what was this poem about? You don't have to go into anything figuratively, but if you had to tell someone like, oh yeah, I read a poem yesterday, and what was it about? Well, literally this happened in the poem. The C, because it goes Tpcastt, TPC. The C stands for connotation. And what that means is whenever you're reading the poem, were there any words that had double meanings or meanings that we associate with certain words? Connotation, all that is what do you associate with the word? So this part of the analysis asks you to think of any words that the poet used that had double meanings or interpretive meanings. The A stands for the poet's attitude. This is also known as the author's tone. So the first thing you're going to have to do, which you should have done with paraphrase, is what was the subject of their poem? And the next part of it is what was their attitude towards that subject? S stands for shift. Sometimes when poets write, they shift their argument, they shift their tone, they shift how they are writing their poem or how they structure the poem, or they shift in the types of words that they are using. So you want to try to find any part of the poem that you think that the poet might have shifted. Some words that I call like road signs, or I'm trying to remember how I call it, but basically a road sign is like the word but. So when your parents, like for example, if your parents say, well, we would do this, but, and you know they're going to shift and move towards something else. But, and, if, those are all pretty good words that indicate a shift. You can look at exclamation marks, you can look at in punctuation, and you can look at the structure of a poem, and those are all pretty good indications as to where this poet's going or if they're changing their mind about what they're writing. T, again, go back and look at the poem's title. Why was the title important now that you've read the poem completely? Was your prediction accurate? Why do you think they named their poem this? And then the last T is theme. What's the message of their poem? What did they want you to get out of it as the reader?